Okay, I'm a day late on this. This was supposed to go up Friday, and I just kind of forgot to do it. So I'm gonna basically make this weekend thing. I was thinking about not putting any videos out on Sunday and just have a live stream, um, because the Packers game is literally at noon, so it's midday basically. But I figured I'll record them both on Saturday, and then I'll put the NFC predictions up early morning. It'll probably be like 8 or 9 my time. It'll go up. So this one, I always want to do AFC first because I feel like that's more cut and dry. You know who the top couple seeds are, which is why we're gonna start on number one instead of starting on number 7. I'm gonna start on number 1 because it's gonna be the Chiefs. I mean, there's no way around this. Whereas something like the NFC, if you looked at it last year, like San Francisco was the number 1 seed last year, was 1 inch away from being the 6th seed last year, or 4th. It might have been the 4th. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, they were almost lost the first round bye, and Seattle almost had the first round bye last year. Cardinals are good now. So I think there's a lot more to look at, NFC wise versus AFC wise. Kansas City. I'll even spoil 2. Baltimore. The top 2 teams. Kansas City's obviously going to get the bye because of the new playoff structure, the new rules, where we now have 7 teams. So, I mean, I don't have much to talk about for Chiefs. They're gonna be number 1. I want to get this out, before or record this before watching the Chiefs and Texans game, but I forgot about that. It was fun live streaming. I was thinking about leaving early, but because the Chiefs were just destroying in the second half, but I decided to stick it out. Number 2, obviously, like I said before, is the Baltimore Ravens. There's not a lot here to talk about here either. I think last year, they had the best record in the NFL at 14-2, I believe. I do not remember what San Francisco had, so they might have tied for the best record. But I just think the Chiefs still look like their Super Bowl selves last year. They still have a lot of that offense last year, so I think that's gonna really really hurt the Ravens. Even last year, I think they were 1. But again, I think the Chiefs being as dominant as they are, I think they're going to end up probably like resting the last couple games, their starters the last couple games. So I would not be surprised if by like week 10, if the Chiefs are undefeated or whatever. I'm sure the Browns. I'm sure the Ravens will probably be around there too. They might have one loss at like 9-1 or something like that, but these are obviously the top 2 teams here. Number 3, I have the Bills. I have talked about this in videos before. I think they're going to win the East with Tom Brady gone, with the Patriots struggling, and we have no idea what this new Cam Newton-led Patriots team is going to look like. I do think the Bills are going to come out on top. They're going to probably split with the Patriots for the series wise, for the division, but I think the Bills are going to have 11 wins, something like that, and they're going to win the division. Patriots could come out and shock us and go like 13-3. I don't know how well this new Patriots team is going to play, which is why I'm giving the division to the Bills, even though, I mean, they have something struggling. I'm still not a huge Josh Allen supporter. Again, they did okay, and then that defense got just thrashed by Deshaun Watson last year in the playoffs. So, I mean, they'll win the division. How they do in the playoffs, we'll see. Oops, spoiler. 4th and the final division leader is going to be the Titans. They surprised everyone last year. They came in as the 6th seed in the playoffs last year, beat the Patriots, beat the Titans. They were winning by 10 in the first quarter or something like that, I believe. And you thought it was going to be over. You thought the Chiefs were going to lose to the Titans, and the Titans were just going to soar to the Super Bowl. And Chiefs being the Chiefs has said, you know what, we're a second quarter team. We'll let you, go up 10, 24, or whatever you want to go up, and we'll come back in about 5 minutes here. So we'll be leading, 28-24 before half. Just like against the Texans last year. But they're going to win the division with Jacksonville tanking, basically. Houston is just, I don't know what they're doing there. With Hopkins gone, it's a bad situation. I don't know. They're probably going to end up second place unless, Phillip Rivers and the Colts really are that good. We'll see. But Titans are obviously going to win it. I don't think they're going to go 9-7 like they have the past 3 years. I think they set a record or something for that. But I don't think they're going to. I think they might win 10 or 11 games this year. Again, they just re-signed Derrick Henry, re-signed Tannehill. They have all these stars coming back. So I think they're going to win the division. It's not going to be enough for top three. You could switch Bills and Titans. You can have Titans in third, but I don't think there's any way where Titans or Bills beats the Chiefs or the Ravens here. I have basically 1 and 2 seeder locked in. 3 and 4 you can switch, and then 5. I do have the Patriots making the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna win the division, but they are gonna make the playoffs. I just think Cam Newton brings that, just a certain factor where I think he can, really help excel this team in the post-Brady era. I don't know. Like, that defense just scares me. I don't know if I want to say they're a really good defense because I don't think they are. They don't really have a lot of weapons on offense either. So this is going to be on Cam Newton's shoulders to do everything. I do have them win, in the playoffs right now. But if we're in mid-season and they're like 4 or 5 losses mid-season, I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs. If they do, it'd probably be closer to a 7th seed versus a 5th seed that I have them right here. But we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I'm cautious about this one. I'm cautious about number 6 too, but I'm more cautious about 5 again because this is post Brady, not really good defense. Wide receivers, you have Julian Edelman and then who? So we'll see what happens here. Number 6, I have the Steelers. Now, I had them ranked, I think like around 20 in my ranking video. If you have not checked it out, it's a long one, but I basically go over and talk about every single team, how I have them ranked. It's my opinion based. But I mean, you have a healthy Big Ben coming back, and even without Big Ben last year, I think they were like just one game away. Or they lost one game, and if they would have won that game, they would have been in the playoffs or something like that. Like they were semi close to making the 6th seed last year. So I can see them with a healthy Big Ben. With you got Minka Fitzpatrick on that defense, and ever since he joined, he really brought a spark and he really changed that defense up. You still have T.J. Watt obviously on defense too. So there's stars on that team, and I think with a healthy offense, I think you have a chance of actually making the playoffs. You're not going to win the division unless you somehow sweep the Ravens and the Browns somehow tie with them, and even like the Bengals somehow steal a game. You're not winning the division. Like you need a whole lot of factors. You need the Ravens to regress so much in order to win this division. But I mean, I do have you making the playoffs. So I mean, look at the Titans last year. They were a 6th seed last year. Look at them. So number 7, I do have the Texans. Now I looked at pretty much every single AFC team, and I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know how Colts are gonna do because I checked my rankings and checked the other stuff too, and I had the Colts ahead of I believe they were ahead of they were ahead of the Pittsburgh this year in my rankings, and I'm like, I don't know if I really trust that Colts team. Yes, they have Phillip Rivers now, but again, the past couple years in as a Charger, he's kind of declined with old age. So I mean, I didn't know if I want to put them here. I thought about the Texans. I even kind of looked at the game, thought about the game. They had a spark in the first half against the Chiefs on Thursday, and again, I don't want to talk too much about that because this is supposed to be pre-NFL season playoff picks. I'll probably do a mid-season one too, but this is supposed to be pre, and I did not get this out before the Thursday night games. And I didn't want to think about it, but it's just kind of hard not to think about it, especially when you stream it. It's all over everything. I do think they will make the playoffs, but I don't see a lot of other AFC teams unless someone surprising comes out of nowhere. Unless the Jags suddenly become good or something, I only see really the Texans being that other team to make it. I don't trust anyone else in the South. You already have two teams from the East. North, you have two teams there, and then AFC West, really only the Chiefs. But I mean, it's slim pickings. It's this is why it's bottom of the list is really hard to pick for AFC. But it's not as hard as I might just doing the NFC one. I don't know what I'm gonna do because there's just too many factors for the NFC one. There's teams that are mid that could make the playoffs. There's teams that like Arizona. I'll take Arizona. They're probably gonna make the playoffs. Like in reality, they probably are. With DeAndre Hopkins, with Isaiah. Oh my God, I forgot his name. Whoever they drafted. I can't think of it. I want to say Isaiah Simmons, but I believe he was the guy that got arrested last night. So not him. He's a Titan anyway. But with the draft that they had with picking up D-Hop, I mean, they probably are gonna. With Texans losing them, I don't know what they're gonna do. They don't really have a number one receiver, but I just think there's Chiefs, Ravens, mid tier, and then you have everyone else at the bottom, and mid tier is only again. Titans, Bills. You could put Patriots in there. I mean I don't know how to put Steelers again. This is pre NFL season, minus the Thursday night game. But they're gonna come in here. They might pull up and get the 5th seed. Again, I have the Titans winning the division. Titans could lose the division and still make the AFC championship again. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that is my AFC predictions. I will have the NFC predictions, like I said at the beginning of the video, coming out early tomorrow morning before the Packer game. This is before any game starts for a stream. This is really supposed to be, like I said, season. So, I'll get that out fast as I can. I was going to wait till Monday, but I decided I'm not going to wait till Monday to do that. So, for now, like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe, and we are out of here. Peace.